I feel you, kid. You worked hard for that. But sometimes life is hard.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and this is Digital Sportscentre presented by TELUS. And we're starting on the diamond as the Blue Jays' playoff chances appear to be in danger once again. Toronto dropped their second straight last night and are now tied with the Mariners for the third and final wildcard spot. And once again, it was a rough outing for Vladdy Jr. He was 0 of 4 for the second straight game. And if we look at September, he's batting just .214 and has only 1 home run and 5 RBIs. And that's over 13 games this month. So the sample size is no longer a small one. I've been saying it all season long, this team cannot do anything postseason if Vladdy isn't hot. Vladdy's got to turn the stove on. Buddy, what are you doing here? Now, for the longest time, there was a bright spot of the Jays having an easy remaining strength schedule. Well, those games are now gone, as their combined opponent winning percentage for their final 17 games is .547. That is third hardest in the majors. So yeah, it's not going to get easier as the Jays wind down the season. But really, are you that concerned, Toronto? This is exactly how your playoff races go, right? Right to the finish line. And then, well, we don't need to discuss what happens next. To the NFL, and once again, we are talking about the Jets. Now, yesterday in the show, we talked about what they could do to solve their quarterback issue. But last night, Robert Saleh nixed all that, saying, quote, "I want to make it very clear, Zach is our quarterback. We have a lot of faith in Zach. We are rolling with Zach and excited for him." If I were Zach, that's what I would want to hear. I need to bolster my confidence, okay? I need to go in feeling like I'm wanted. So that's nice of management to do that. So now that we know it's Wilson's job, what does the rest of the season look like for the Jets? Well, the way it's likely to unfold is going to be determined over the next 7 games. As their next 7 opponents are pretty tough, the Jets will likely be underdogs in all of those games. It starts this week against the Cowboys, followed by the Pats, Chiefs, Broncos, Eagles, Giants, and Chargers. With the Broncos being the only game they might be the favorite in. And just looking at next week, Dallas are massive favorites. Now, one interesting positive in all of this, though, is at least the Jets will not owe the Packers their first-round pick anymore. And with Rodgers not hitting 65% of snaps this year, and I still feel a little icky using the word snap, referring to Rodgers, because that Achilles, man, oof, that's tough. Instead, that first-rounder will turn into a second-rounder. So wretched for Jets fans. Imagine having your hopes built up so high. Your team has been abysmal. You've been awful for years. Everyone's making fun of you. You're the butt of every joke. You thought you're coming in this year hot. No, back to the bottom again. Oh my gosh. It's just the hope that kills you. It's been happening more and more lately. So much so that we had to add an opening animation to this segment, and you know we love those. It's Digital Sportscentre. Okay, remember back in the summer when Travis Kelce tried to make a move on Taylor Swift at one of her concerts?
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know you went to the Taylor Swift concert. How was it?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal.
She probably just hasn't gotten over the Super Bowl yet.
You know which one. So Kelce wanted to give her his number, hang out, and see where things go. Nothing came of it, so we move on, right? Wrong! You never move on from Taylor Swift. And apparently, Kelce and Swift have been hanging out, which is the ultimate in-season romance we all needed. Julie, to share my love, sent this to me immediately as I was in deep grief after losing my dog, so it was a nice little break from the morning that I was going through. It did buoy my spirits a bit. This is one of those things where it just kind of, it lightens the air, it lightens the mood, and Travis Kelce just seems like a really cool dude. He seems like someone anyone would want to hang around, so why wouldn't Taylor Swift take a chance? Here's one important reminder though. Swift is an Eagles fan. The team Kelce's Chiefs beat in the Super Bowl last year, and the current favorites to win the NFC. So is this all just a plot to destroy the Chiefs from within? Time enough, my favorite segment, and yours, why we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And if this isn't the best camp activity, I don't know what is. The vert. The vert you're getting on this. Oh my God, higher than the trees, holy. Okay, way too close to the floaties. That could have hurt. Maybe it still hurt. I don't know, she went really high. Okay, this next highlight stinks. Okay, Why would you boo? You literally wrote the joke. You wrote the joke and then you're booing me? You wrote it just to boo me? Wow. Okay. This is our second skunk delay.
This is our second skunk delay.
Uh-oh.
We have a.
Nobody wants to get
this
him.
happened the last
Oh, no.
time Bowie was in town.
Was it Bowie?
It was indeed the last
gonna
time
get
the
him?
Bay Sox were in town, and the skunk
No,
has
I
made its
cannot
way
believe
onto
it.
the infield.
If that stink bomb goes off, the
Scurrying
whole stadium's
towards
affected.
second base.
I love how
Some
normally
members
the
of
grounds crew is
crew are
running
out.
after
The
animals.
crowd
This
is
time everyone's
cheering
just
as if
walking
t-shirts are
gingerly,
being tossed in the
keeping
stands.
their
And
distance.
the
They don't know
Bowie
what to do.
infielders are all,
They're not trained for this. To the WNBA, and the time has finally come, as the WNBA playoffs officially tip off tonight. So who better to join us than Tamika Nurse? Great to see ya.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Okay, Tamika, all year we've been talking about the Aces and the Liberty. Is there another team that we should put on our radar that could challenge the two favorites?
The only one that I would consider would be the Connecticut Sun. They're second best defensive rating in the league. They have the third best overall rating behind the Liberty and the Aces, and they're led by the triple-double queen herself, Alyssa Thomas. The matchup in the first round is actually very well because Thomas plays so good against them. She had that WNBA record, 20 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists against the Lynx, and they're 3-1 against them this season. So, if there was another team that I would look at, the Connecticut Sun would be the only one that I think can challenge the two.
Finally, give us a prediction. Who is beating who in the finals?
We're going the Aces, and we're going the Liberty. Okay, let's hope. But we're going two teams. That's all the two teams we've said all year long. For me, from the beginning, I always liked the Liberty. I just like how they're built. They're very solid in every position. And I find that they're gelling at the right time. Brianna Stewart has put in an MVP campaign, and Sabrina Ionescu has come along right there with her. That complementing 1-2 punch as a scoring duo is scary. Then you add Jonquel Jones, who in the later half of the season seemed to step up her game and give that big inside present. And then you have Sloot dishing it all off to everybody. So for me, it's the Liberty.
Tamika Nurse, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And you can watch the WNBA playoffs tonight on TSN, as it's Game 1 between the Lynx and Sun. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all for today. We'll see you Rebecca tomorrow, 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.